Malini Aisula is joining us now. She's the co-convener of IDAN, and also I'm going to welcome Professor Riju John. He's a well-known health economist. Thank you both for your time here. Malini, I want to begin by asking you, the government says right now they're examining what has gone wrong in the country. They do admit that there have been 71 deaths essentially. What, in your opinion, should be the way forward in terms of data transparency and also investigating these cases?
Hi, Sneha. So basically, there is definitely a need for timely assessment of all serious adverse events, which is important not just for building public confidence, but also for updating any guidance related to screening to reduce the risk of any adverse events due to following vaccination. Now, we know that the National AEFI Committee, in the 2 months since the vaccination drive started, had met only once. And of course, this week, you've just mentioned that there have been a series of meetings, but for the first 2 months, they had met only once. And during that one meeting, they had managed to conclude the final causality assessment in only 5 cases. That is 2 cases of deaths and 3 cases of hospitalizations. And we know that the number of post-vaccination deaths has now crossed 70, and there are more than 230 or so hospitalizations. So that means that there is quite a that means that there is quite a big backlog which the committee would now have to get through. Remember also that the National AEFI Committee has a role not just in going over and reviewing the reports that are submitted from the district and the state level committees, but also it needs to consider cases that would potentially present as a cluster or may have a plausible common biological pathway.
Okay.
So this is true, yeah. So basically we would like that. And also on the issue of transparency, this is absolutely key. The government has stopped providing the data related to hospitalizations, deaths and AEFI since the 26th of February. So we've had to track some of these cases through the media reports. Okay. The government should be providing on an ongoing basis information about all serious adverse events leading to hospitalization or worse in the public domain.
Yes, we have the health secretary who in fact just last week said that they're not sharing the data because the data in fact is minuscule is what he said, but the government continues to maintain that they're doing a rolling review of all the cases. Professor Riju John, the government seems to be suggesting, and this in my conversation with Dr. Guleria as well, who said that it's COVID inappropriate behavior which seems to be driving up the surge really in the country. What about the variants then? What's your assessment, at least in the state of Maharashtra? Should COVID inappropriate behavior be blamed, or should there be more genome sequencing to understand what exactly is really driving the surge here?
Hi, Sneha. Actually, I wouldn't be able to formally comment on, whether it's a new variety is actually causing the problem, because still been not really identified. As Dr. Guleria said, we still haven't have enough number of genome sequencing done to really identify whether it is really indeed the new variant that is driving these spikes. But then what we need to also understand is that the spike is not just in Maharashtra alone. When I look at the numbers, I see that 10 states in the country are seeing a major increase in cases, and in fact, from the lows of daily cases that they have reported back in early February, the daily number of cases have more than doubled in 10 states in the country. And of course, in Maharashtra, it just multiplied many times. When went up from 2,500 daily cases to close to more than 15,000 cases per day. But even at the national level, we see the numbers have actually more than a 128% increase in the cases, daily new cases at the national level. Okay. So it's not a case of Maharashtra alone. We have states like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Punjab, Chandigarh, Haryana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Delhi. All these 10 states that I have seen have all of them have reporting now more than double the cases from the lows they have been having from the early February. And not only the cases, even the test positivity rate has actually doubled or more than doubled in all these states.
Yes.
So
not just the test positivity rate, also even the deaths in fact have gone up, and that is the question that we've been asking the government for a while now. What's really going on? 188 deaths that we've reported in the last 24 hours. Indeed, worrisome. Professor John, thank you for joining us.